what's up, man? How you
Cool,
doing?
man. And you?
Good. I'm also good. Thank you for coming out to see me.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Anytime. So, we're on your campus right now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna conduct an interview. Now, on the way walking over here, we did a lot of things. We actually asked and answered a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And you gave me some very interesting and very powerful insights as far as what you think about living here and what you think about living back home where you're from. So let's start talking about that a little bit more, and let's actually walk while we talk. So, can you first, for the site, for Black Asian Magazine, can you tell me your name?
Yeah. My name is Boni Frédéric François. It's a French name, like Frédéric François.
Okay, cool.
And as I'm doing music, I'm a rapper, so I have Youguey as my stage name.
Youguey.
Yeah, Youguey.
All right. So when you're rapping, like, did you only start rapping here? Did you rap back home at all?
Yeah, I did. I actually started rapping like I was 14.
Okay.
I was rapping just in French. And then when I learned English, I was like 19. I started trying to write in English until I got here, and I had to make a choice between rapping in French or English, and I decided to make it full English now.
All right.
Yeah.
So just on a side note, like, where can I find anything that you've recorded or written or any of your raps?
I have my website, www.yougueywhite.com. And I have all my social media. Yeah, Youguey is like Youguey.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It sounds like you gay, but it doesn't really mean that.
All right. So everyone make sure you check that out.
Yeah.
Where is home for you? Where are you from?
Ivory Coast.
Okay. Ivory Coast. We can say Côte d'Ivoire.
Yeah. Côte d'Ivoire is the French version of Ivory Coast.
And can you tell me, you've been in Taiwan right now for 2 years.
2 years and a half.
Okay. Can you maybe compare and contrast? What's the difference between where it was for you growing up and living here in Taiwan?
Essentially, to be definitely the way of life, completely different.
Okay.
Definitely, because we are very outgoing people in my country.
Right.
Very, very outgoing. We easily express what we feel on the spot, and then move on to the next stage. Like no remorse, no regret. Okay. And it's easy being back home to just walk around and meet people and exchange something.
Right.
You can see expression of people's face like every day. But here I felt more like, it might be offensive for Taiwanese when I say it, but I felt more like people don't have expression on their faces.
People can be a little bit more cold.
Yeah. It was a bit colder, and then even when foreigners get here, their attitudes sometimes start to change. Like,
become more like the local people.
They become more like the local, because I remember back home, for example, we'll be like, hey, it's 4 p.m. What am I doing? I just check on my guys. What's up? Let's go play basketball here. Let's go play soccer. And everybody just turn up and we have a good time.
Yeah.
But here, you call people and they're like, I'm on my laptop. I'm doing this. I'm watching movies.
Right.
People get stuck up in their world into just social media and internet thing. And also, internet could be another way. Because we don't have that much good internet in my country.
Right.
So it's expensive already.
People have to find things to do when they come outside of their house.
Exactly.
And actually interact with other people, real people.
So I'm missing the interaction here.
Okay, and you said something to me a moment ago that was very interesting. You said, like, the social structure in Africa is very different from how society is constructed here. And that might be a big reason why there's a lot of anxiety.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that come up, the things that come from that. And in Africa, it's really not there. You don't see it.
No.
And you were saying, like, the society in Africa is structured more around family.
Yeah.
So there's people get taken care of a lot better, and it kind of eliminates those problems that you might have mentally. But here, that because that's absent, you see a lot more of those problems.
Yeah, exactly. And I can even give you a simple example. Like, you know, we have retired home in most of the Western countries.
Right.
For older people, when they get old, they go there because the family don't have time anymore.
Okay.
It doesn't exist in my country.
Right.
Doesn't exist in any neighbor country, and I know it for a fact. There's no place you go and put your older people to stay there because they are too old and you're too busy to take care of them. Okay. Because we always value old people more than the young, actually, the youth. Right. Even though the Western world, we actually value the youth because they assume that they are the future, right?
Yeah.
But in Africa, we value the elders because they say they have the wisdom.
Right.
And without wisdom, the youth are just running around. Like they say, the kids know how to run, but they don't know how to hide.
Right. Okay.
The older might not be able to run, but is smart enough to know how to hide.
Okay.
So when you hide, you don't get tired. But running, you get tired one day.
After a while.
So elders have a really, really big value in the family society because they provide advices, they provide stable ideas, they provide history. And we don't have written history, and that's the reason why Western is actually lying about where we come from, African history.
Yeah.
So the way we were sharing the history was through
oral tradition.
So elders have very, very strong position in the society of Africa.
Right. Okay.
So we are totally different from the Western world.
And Eastern, I guess.
And Eastern for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Moving on a little bit. Thank you for sharing that. Why Taiwan? Like, what made you come here, and how did you come to be in Taiwan?
Yeah, that was funny because I actually didn't even know that Taiwan existed.
It's okay. Your girlfriend's actually shooting right now. It's okay. We'll say hi later. But you didn't know about Taiwan?
No, I didn't know anything about Taiwan. I actually came because my dad is living here.
Okay, right. Yeah,
he's living here with his
dad.
Yeah, okay. He's living with his wife, and they have 2 kids. And I didn't grow up with my dad. I met him when I was 18.
Okay.
And after that, we just like kind of get away apart from each other again. And he was like, you know what, you want to go to university, and I didn't have the chance to actually be with you and know you better. Okay. So maybe you can just apply for university here. Okay. So we can just try to know each other better.
Okay, cool.
And that's the reason why I actually came here.
Okay, that's excellent. That's very good. All right. So right now, just let me see what's next on our agenda. You said that you're a rapper here.
Yeah.
Is this the only work you do, and what is it like being an artist living and working in Taiwan?
Okay, so first part of the question is it the only thing I'm doing? Is that
right?
I take my music as a business.
Okay.
So, being an entrepreneur, as I call myself, I'm trying to build the whole foundation for a long-term, sustainable career.
Okay.
And just like everybody that started a business, in the first year you don't make any profit, but you mostly invest. Okay. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm investing money and time and energy into my music, so I could be able to live off that in years later. So to sustain this kind of life, I have to teach, and I teach French because it's my native language. Okay. And I teach English also, and I just go to school. Okay. I'm studying finance, man. I'm studying finance, so studying, teaching, and rapping. Okay.
And also looking at rapping and music from a business standpoint.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, I don't know, it's maybe out of the subject, but I always say, I know many people will tell me why I'm not trying to make beats, you know? And I'm like,
producer.
Yeah, being a producer. And I'm like, you never heard that Jay-Z was making beats.
Okay.
You never heard Puff Daddy making beats. But today they are the pioneer of the whole industry, music industry, because they are able to shift things from one same point to the other one. Right. So instead of spending more time making music or making beats, I can just write my songs. Somebody make the beat for me, and I focus on the business side. Okay. Because I think this is more sustainable, because I want to be able to help other artists to grow easily and become something bigger than whatever I'm going to be. Okay. So I think I'm not going to make my own beat. I'm definitely going to make my own brand. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Okay. Moving on a little bit. How do you feel as a black person, as a black man living and working in Taiwan for the time that you've been here?
I felt frustrated. Okay. I would say. I personally never actually tried to find those teaching in a school, like the cram school, if you heard of them.
Yeah,
the
I
cram
work
school.
at one, yeah.
Okay, I never actually tried to ask
Get a job.
for a position because I wanted to avoid this frustration to hit me hard, you know.
Yeah.
For example, it's always the same thing. Being black, it's a disadvantage when you want to teach English. And moreover, I'm from a French native country, so they don't assume that my English could be fine to teach kids, you know. And I know many people who tried and failed and everything. So I would say I didn't even try. I've done some hard-working job where the Aboriginal from Taiwan are doing, you know,
Like,
the
for
job,
example.
construction,
Okay.
recycling. Yeah, these two, that was the main thing that I did for the past 2 summers.
And how did you get connected with those jobs?
Mostly by my dad, I would say. Yeah,
Okay.
because the first job, the construction, was my dad's neighbor restaurant, who has his wife's father who was doing the construction job. He just linked me up.
Okay.
And the second job is just a friend of my dad who's working there.
Okay.
The recycling.
Okay. All right. So, anything else on this? Just that, like frustrating and. All right,
Yeah.
So, okay. What other? Since you've been in Taiwan, what other kind of jobs or businesses do you see black people doing here?
Apart from teaching,
Apart from teaching, yeah.
I know that there's a boom in black African to go and perform, you know, wearing this kind of like tribal outfit with some makeup on their body, like, you know, looking like Shaka Zulu from the 1930s.
Yeah.
Going to do some, you know, the idea that the Asians have, the stereotype that they have from Africa. When you try to represent it here, you have money for that.
Yeah.
They have many agencies who actually get gigs for black people to go and disguise them into this tribal thing and everything, and dancing, doing the drumming and everything. It's really booming. So I see many black people doing that. And apart from that, black people teaching also and then studying. But personally, I don't know much of them having a different job.
With the tribal dances and things, do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing.
Why is that?
Because it's not helping the idea. It's not helping.
It's not helping to diminish the stereotype.
Yeah, the stereotype. It's
the
not
image
helping
that they
at
have.
all.
It's actually increasing and strengthening that image in people's minds.
Exactly.
It's not helping them learn anything different or expand what they know.
It's actually worsening it, and it's not good. Like, no, it's like you American coming in, you want to make a movie,
Right.
and they be like, oh yeah, but you can play the gangster.
Yeah. That's all you
Like
can play.
you can be the Brooklyn guy, like, you know, with the gun, like yo, you know, like that's everything that defines where you come from. The 54 states in America, you know, define it by just being a gangster because you are black.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
So
the same thing.
yeah. So if we want to help people change their mindset, we can't allow this to happen all the time. They need to see black people in a different
light. In a different light.
in a different face, in a different side. You know, all these things are important to change the mindset of the whole country.
Right. Okay. All right. Okay. So I like one of the last questions I like to ask is something positive, about something positive. Is there anything that you found in Taiwan that you really love, that you really enjoy? Safety.
I don't even have to think about that. Like safetyness. It's the best thing I could ever imagine appreciating in my life. Because in my whole life, I always thought that you have to be on your guard because you never know what can happen. You know, you have to be very careful. And here, I leave my car, I put the keys inside, and I just go to eat, and I come back, I just move on. You know.
Right. Okay.
I don't even be like, oh fuck, I forgot something. No, nothing.
It doesn't.
Your
That
phone,
never happens.
Your phone can be somewhere. They'll find it, send it to the police, and they'll call you to come and get your phone. I go at night, like my girlfriend would be like, oh, I'm going to buy something alone, and I wouldn't be like, oh wait, let me go with you because you never know. No, I don't even think about that.
That doesn't exist.
Doesn't
come into
exist.
it.
No,
here.
No, at all.
Okay,
And it's
100%
really
safe.
safetyness is the best thing here. And if I have to leave the country, that would be the only thing that will hurt my heart. Like really safetyness.
Okay. All right, looking towards the future, for the next few months or for the next few years, what is going on with you? Any plans you have? Any projects you have coming up? What do you see happening in the near future?
Well, music, definitely.
Okay.
Music. I have this project that I just finished, and I'm planning to release it in a couple of months, or maybe 3.
Okay.
So I'm testing my ground with this project.
Okay.
To know what direction I should take next.
Okay.
Because this is my 3rd year in school, and I'll have only 1 year left to finish my bachelor. So I want to make sure that when I do this, after this project, I'll check and make sure, like, okay, definitely this isn't working, this is working better, this is actually pretty good, I like this better and I feel more comfortable with this. Okay, so last year, let me take this direction straight and see how it leads, Because I already, in my head, I'm not planning to finish school and go to look for a corporate job.
Right.
So what I'm doing now while going to school is to be able, when I finish my school, having something already working on its feet. And I can just jump on it and continue growing it, growing the brand, growing the asset, growing whatever it means to me.
Okay.
So music is the main source right now of development and investment.
The direction you're going in.
Yeah.
And this will be on the website that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
The project right there.
Yeah. Maybe you can just put it on the subtitle later.
Yeah, I'll put it in the comments below. Yeah, it'll definitely be up on the site. All right, man. Good luck with everything that you're doing, and thank you for talking to me. Thank you for your time.
It was nice. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man.
It's been a while. I didn't talk about all these things with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool.
All right. Black Asian Magazine.
Yeah.
Cut.